It worked like magic because it's apparently unsexy to men. So that is the first one. The second incident is right before I started Mukamar. Um, so I had been training in martial arts for about 2.5 to 3 years. And I was just driving back home one day, and the drive back home was really long. It wasn't so late an hour, it was about 10:30, which is not so late in Andheri because it's always packed. But well, while I was driving, there were these, pack of 6 boys on bikes, 2 guys on each bike, who kind of started following me. And now I kept driving, I kept taking one route after another, but they still kept following. I would slow down and they would slow down. And of course I was scared because some amount of fear is good because it helps you keep safe. You don't need to go and put your head in the Oakley, like they say, So of course I was scared, but then after a while, when the slowing down and the speeding up didn't help, something happened to me and I rolled my window down and I screamed at them. Within seconds they disappeared. I of course took a more safer route from here and there. I called my husband and I told him such an incident has happened. But what that taught me was that the moment, so human beings are like animals. If you've ever been around a dog who you didn't know, the dog would wag his tail if he knows that you're not scared. And if he knows that you're scared, he'll continue to bark. And that's how human beings are. The moment they know that you're not afraid of them, they're afraid of you. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned, to be courageous. And that will take care of more than everything.
Ma'am, we would request you all to write all...
अच्छा तो मैंने अभी बोला नहीं तुमने सुन लिया. You want me to? We can do.
Of course you want me.
Okay.
So I think oppression is all about, one is a state of mind and one is physical oppression. I've been fortunate that I belong to a strata of society where I have gotten and received loads of freedom to express myself, to do what I want to do. But when you venture out there, and many of you out here as well, there are girls who have such dreams, but they can't even express what they want to do in life. After school, they are told whether they can continue studies. After studies, they are told whether they can still continue with their dreams, aspire for professions, or they have to get married. बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं जहाँ आप limit हो जाते हो, where you can't really express yourself, and then that becomes a way of life for you. And then later on in life, you feel, मैंने ये नहीं किया, I wanted to do that. My mother used to tell me, I wanted to be a writer, but I was told to be a doctor. So hence, I don't tell you to be a doctor because I'll let you do what you want to do. So later, many years later, we published 2 of her books, one of poetry, one of prose, and that Sunil Dutt Sahab released the books for her. So those dreams came true somehow, but बहुत लोगों की ऐसे नहीं होता है. And I think I've been mentally very strong to take on people, and अभी भी कोई आएगा सामने तो it becomes के इससे हम थोड़ा सा घबराते हैं. लेकिन ऐसा था नहीं. I wasn't like this. In college, we were in a girls' college, and I used to be chased by this guy every morning. And I used to come from a village. We used to take a bus, come to the college, and that boy used to chase me through the lane till the college gate. And I didn't realize when that psyched me out so much that I stopped going to college. And my mother said, you love your subjects. I'll let you take arts, I'll let you take literature and psychology and philosophy. This is what you wanted to do, so why aren't you going to college? And then one fine day, I mustered courage and I told her, Ma, there's somebody who just follows me to the college and it scares me. And then the first thing she said, why didn't you share this with me? Let's go. And she's been a single mom. I lost my dad when I was 7. So she's been a brave heart for me throughout. And she was in a government job. So खूब सारे सरदार जो थे पंजाब में वो उनके अंडर थे. So big हट्टा कट्टा सरदार she gathered. She took one gun from the security guy. They sat in the jeep. They came with me and they said, just tell us when that boy comes. So I said, okay. So she just let me go, and the jeep was standing way far, and then the boy came behind me, and I just, said this one. And so I thought कि सब सरदार बाहर निकल के आएंगे और सब उसको मारेंगे और ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. So all those men just followed mom, and she just went to the gentleman, and she said, कुछ problem है आपको? He said, नहीं आंटी. She said, क्यों follow कर रहे हो? पसंद है आपको? He said, हाँ जी. तो पसंद है तो फिर तंग नहीं करते हैं, उनसे दोस्ती करते हैं, तंग नहीं करते हैं. समझ में आ रही है बात? तंग करोगे तो यहाँ मेरे पास बहुत लोग हैं जो आपको तंग करेंगे. You want it like that? तो he was speechless, and he thought कि कोई मार कुटाई होगी, but उसको सिर्फ इतना बोला गया. After that, I never saw that man again. But what I learned is, what you need is the strength of your mind. Not physicality. Stuff is fine, of course. You need things to help you instantly, but what you need is here. And when that is with you, you carry on forward. Like when I came to movies also. मैं जब आई थी सब कहते थे बहुत छोटी बच्ची लगती है, she looks like a kid, and that's why I wasn't cast opposite the macho heroes, Akshay and Govinda and everyone, and that was the time I had come in. So whatever I wore, जो मुझे लगता था कि I should be glamorous, I was told तुम ये मत पहनो, this doesn't look nice, or you should wear what the other heroines wear. I gradually realized, why am I listening to these people? This is my body, this is my choice, what I want to do in life, and gradually I made my own style. And when you have your own thought, when you don't let other people affect it, I think people just get silent. So what I'm trying to say is, have your mind very strong, don't let people affect you or impact you unless it's a positive change coming in for you, and just look over yourself. Women are way far stronger in every which way, and I don't think we should let anyone oppress us any which ways. Thank you.
Ma'am, we would ask all of you to please write in a word your anecdotes with the lipstick on the glass. Anecdotes? In a word.
Whatever feeling that you wish to break today, you have to write that on the glass, and we will also invite other girls to do the same. And then first we would like to start by you.
स्टील बसा, ये बसा,
ये स्टील
पीछे आके फोटो लो.
स्टील पीछे आके फोटो लो.
थोड़ा साइड लो यार.
फोकस था क्यों रहा है बार बार? नहीं चल रहा.
निकेश,
ये निकेश खाली बस. अरे बाबा, क्या नाम है इसका? सब शूटिंग बड़े बड़े के नाम ही नहीं जाती और कौन सा
बैठ जाओ यार।
अरे मेरा भाई तुम लोग बैठ जाओ यार हम लोग भी पीछे खड़े हैं यार
So the words that we
ये दो
मैम और
मिनट
भैया मैम सेंटर सेंटर
क्या लगा
Such silence here. Let's have some nice questions coming from you.
मैडम बीच में मत घूमो ऑलराउंड
Yeah, hi
ये
ma'am.
लाइट चालू है
I wanted to ask how far forward do you think the society has moved in terms of how they view women and think about women from the time you were of our age? Yeah, anybody can answer.
अरे माइक
You.
माइक
Well, I think times with the social media have changed, but the core still remains the same. Today also you hear everyone talking about ऐसे कपड़े पहन के ना जाओ तो ऐसा हो जाएगा. It's Mumbai, it's metro where you feel you're safe, where you can still do what you want to do. But if you go into the interiors, or even if you go to Delhi or other such places, you're still very conscious of what you wear, how you're looked at. You still see those very prying eyes. You're still not allowed to go alone. जा रही हो तो भाई को लेकर जाओ या जा रही हो तो अकेले मत जाना. That happens. In fact, I write my weekly column for Tribune, and I had written there that suppose you're going alone somewhere and something happens to you, somebody teases you or something just happens. How many people will come forward and actually help you? Or how many will just record the thing and put it on the social media? So these are scary times we live in. People don't come forward because you don't know कि आपके साथ भी क्या हो जाएगा. Or they don't want to get into any harassments of going to the police station, lodging a complaint, and then being asked again and again. What they do is they just record it and put it there. But what happens to the person who's suffering? So these are scary times. I wouldn't say much has changed. But yes, the world has become more aware. Voices like these have started raising. This makes a difference. But it will only make a difference from home. If I come from a house where I see an abusive father, how much ever you teach me, I will only learn to abuse, because that's what I saw my dad do. If I see love there, if I see protection, what you will do is protect your friends. So I can only say these panels help in a way that you build an awareness, but please take it to your homes. Educate those people who don't know things, who just think कि इसको मार दूंगा, इसको गाली दे दूंगा, इसको चाटा लगा दूंगा, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. It's very strange. We are not used to love anymore. आप किसी को गाली देते हैं तो you're expecting कि वो reaction भी वही आएगा. आप रोड रेज में जाएंगे या कहीं जाएंगे, ये ठीक से चला, कोई किसी को फॉलो कर रहा है लड़की को, they will say the same thing. How many times can you just say okay, I will do that? They don't know how to react. वो सब चीजें आपको आपके घर से आती हैं. Second आती हैं where you're starting, what your educational institutes. So these places really matter. So all I can say is around you, just take this message that you make a difference. You don't see a girl differently from a guy. Treat them as equals and let them be. Not just say अच्छा छोटे कपड़े पहन के आई है, loose character है. No, why? I mean छोटे कपड़े पहन के बाहर चली गई, अरे जगह तो देखनी चाहिए थी. क्यों भाई? मतलब उसका मन है, पहन के आई है. You look after her. You take care of her. That psyche we still don't have, and we have a long way to go there.
Very well, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Ishita ma'am, this is for you. According to you, what kind of opportunities have you lost or picked up after marriage? After? Marriage.
Thank you for this very interesting question. I actually got married very early when I was still doing movies. And I'd like to say this, that a lot of people did come forward and say, don't get married right now. Don't get married within the industry. What are you doing? Because me and my husband were both actors and we were both still trying to figure it out. And I'd say this, that he's been my partner in decision making. So whether I chose to do more movies or a TV show or to start my institute or whatever, he's been there for me. So it might look like, which it does look like to a lot of people, that I stopped doing movies because I got married, whereas there is no truth in that. It has been entirely my choice, and in fact I'd like this opportunity to in fact thank him for seeing this side of me, because since the time I met him, he kept telling me that, why are you an actor? Because I was still studying. In fact, after I got married, I took a 2 or 3 years break to do my masters. I worked in a hospital as a counselor. And so these experiences, whereas it's very easy for somebody to come and say that, you've been acting for so long, why don't you just do that? My husband was the one to tell me that you can do more. There's more that you can fit into your life, and these are things that you feel strongly about. So why don't you pursue it? He was the one to tell me that you dance well, why don't you do something in that? When the thought of Mukkamar came to me, he was the one who said, don't think so much, just go out and do what you want to do. So he's been the pillar of support in my life, in fact, and all my choices and decisions, I wouldn't say are entirely mine, because he's partnered in them equally, and I think that's what makes a marriage strong. Secondly, I'd also like to point out that he never takes responsibility for things that I have done. I keep saying that, I could do this because of you, but he very categorically says, you're Mukkamar, you're Ahmad, you're this, I have done nothing. And that is the biggest deal, that he lets me own whatever I do without wanting to be a part of it for the public. So, to answer your question in a short word, it has only made me stronger.
It's very happy.
Shubhangi ma'am, I have a question for you. Since you're new to the film industry, I was wondering if you're worried about the glass ceiling scenario that happens in the Bollywood industry, at least. That after a limit for women actresses, it's a little difficult compared to men to succeed and keep going. So, are you worried about that, and how are you going to take that up?
Since I've literally just started and not even kept like that 1 foot forward, I don't think I've thought so ahead. It'll only stress me. But I am one of y'all. I am a third year college student myself. So I'm really glad that I've been called to represent the youth, and I just feel one should do what they want to do. If you think about what will happen in the future, will I get more opportunities? The shelf life of an actress. No, I really don't believe that an actress has a shelf life, because there's so many actresses today who are continuing to work after marriage. We have examples right here. So no, I'm not worried about that. I just feel one should have the courage to do what they want to do.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. This question is basically for the whole panel, but specifically for you, Divya ma'am. I've just recently read in a news article or somewhere that Deepika Padukone is like the highest paid actress in Bollywood, according to the media or the article that I read. But the highest paid actor has already been given a lot more than what she has been given. So why is there a pay gap between
women actors, like actresses or and actors. So why do you think that is?
Hi, what's your name?
Spriya.
Spriya.
Yes.
Spriya, we have to admit one thing and be very aware of it, that we live in a very male-dominated industry. Much that things are changing. Actresses are getting their dues. It's been always in time. I mean, if you see the 1960s or something, you had lead actors like Madhubala, Nargis, Meena Kumari, who ruled and who were names to reckon with. Then you had in between heroines who were Hema Malini, who was at the top of her game, who people wanted to cast in double roles and all that stuff. Shri Devi, Madhuri Dixit, they had women-oriented films coming in for them. Now, but you see the proportion of those films compared to, how do you go watch a film? What is your criteria going watching a film?
Really entertaining.
You are a very sorted girl, I must say, but सबसे पहले masses क्या पूछते हैं? हीरो कौन है यार पिक्चर का? पहले पूछोगे कि हीरोइन कौन है पिक्चर की? नहीं. Always the hero, and we have been brought up like that. कि hero, larger than life, and everything around comes accordingly. Now, if a girl plays a heroine to a superstar, वो चाहे उसने एक ही फिल्म की हो जिंदगी में, वो सारी उम्र हीरोइन ही मानी जाएगी कि वो हीरोइन थी. और अगर आप, like I did Veer Zara where I played a friend, and it took me 5 years to break that friend's image because I was a friend to Shah Rukh Khan. अब शाहरुख खान की फ्रेंड है तो भाई हमारी भी फ्रेंड है, मतलब वो घर की बात हो जाती है कि अच्छा शाहरुख की है तो हमारी भी है. शाहरुख इसको रोमांटिकली देखता है तो मैं भी रोमांटिकली देखूंगा. So when I romanced Varun Dhawan in Badlapur is when I changed that image. So it's like, okay, the hero sees her as somebody you can romance. So everything is from the male perspective. It is a sad story. But saying that, Deepika is being paid beautifully and I'm so proud of that girl. So is Kangana Ranaut. So is Priyanka Chopra. They all are being paid very well. And they are on equivalent levels with their male counterparts. Also, there's a demand and supply. If you are delivering hits, people want you, they will pay you what you want. So Deepika is delivering hits, so is Kangana, so is Priyanka. But once it subsides, things change. But that's how it is. Our industry has these kind of where it starts happening.
Thank you so much.
क्या लड़के सवाल नहीं करते हैं? Boys, you're a very quiet lot here, yeah? This is by far the quietest audience I've seen. Come up, you're not coming here again. Some interesting questions, something you want to know about yourselves. Let's not talk about our industry. Let's talk about your own personal issues. Maybe we can just give you a third person's point of view. Just come by. It will be lovely to share it with you.
चलो इतना कड़ा कहना